We chose OceanView because, first of all, I've been in Maine working in the summers since 1970 at New England Music Camp, which is a job I still have. And our kids grew up in the summers in Maine and ended up in the Boston area. So we wanted to be closer to our kids and grandkids, but not in Boston. And Sally researched during the summers while we were here places and ended up here.
That was one of the things that came up in my research. The fact that it's family owned, the fact that it's now, 30 years old. I've had experience, again, because I was a social worker, experience with larger institutions that were, big corporations, and the lack of response that you got for innovations or complaints, or like, well, kind of, if you don't like it, go somewhere else kind of attitude. So the individual family approach appealed to me. John Wasilewski is also a great supporter of the arts, and Bart and I are both musicians, so that's very important to us as well. As far as moving sooner rather than later, I have never heard any person here say, I wish I had waited to come later. Everyone has always said the opposite. I wish I had come sooner. I had no idea it would be this much fun, because it is. I am also aware that health, you might think you are just in great health, which we both are, but something can happen in an instant, and then it becomes much more difficult to move. We also felt like this was an incredible gift that we gave our children. Both of us had the situation with parents where we had to go in as adult kids, make all the decisions about their stuff, move them someplace. It was a tremendous stress. Plus, our children are on the East Coast and we weren't, so to save them that kind of travel, and for them to have the peace of mind, they both thanked us. They know that no matter what happens, they don't have to be the prime responders.
The fact that if you do leave for any reason, you get your investment back.
Yeah, and I didn't find any other retirement communities where that 100% return was the case. So it felt for us like, and I tell our children, we're living in their inheritance. But it was a safety kind of thing.
Well, all the options for food are great. Normally we just eat here in our house. But if we want a fine dining type of meal, we can go down to Whipple Farms. Lunch in the Gazebo Grill is always great. We've taken advantage of the to-go meals where they'll deliver a meal to the house for dinner if we need it. And the staff is great, the chef is great, the food has always been excellent. So we like the advantages of a small city close by.
And I love that I can see Casco Bay from my kitchen window. I mean, OceanView really does, at least for some of us, have an ocean view. And I love just driving into Portland and seeing the water sparkling. And it's a manageable city. We moved from a city that actually was, I think, a little bigger in population, but this feels more like a real city. And it has a Trader Joe's, which was important. We also love going to the smaller places, to Cumberland and Freeport and Yarmouth, being able to go places on the back roads, for example, not having to always get on the expressway. So we're ideally situated as far as I can tell at this point. But also we just ended up in a neighborhood with fantastic people. I'm a musician, well, both of us are, and we ended up living next door to a flute player and a piano player, and there's another pianist down the street, and it's just the people that live here. We just couldn't have asked for a better situation.